AEW All-In Wembley turnstile count, so the vaunted turnstile count that was sort of, I don't know, brought to the fore last year when everyone was trying to figure out how many people were actually at All-In Wembley last year. So Tony Khan claims that over 50,000 people bought tickets. WrestleNomics claims 53,393 tickets were distributed. But the actual turnstile count of people at All-In
So
2...
You say distributed.
You say distributed.
Yes. But I do like the way you say it, though. But continue.
It's good because I'm not changing for nobody. People...
Okay, Hulk. Go ahead.
Listen, if you can forgive me.
Yeah.
Then. Anyway, turning up to the show, actual physical people turning up to the show, the turnstile count was 46,476, which is in line percentage-wise, more or less, with last year when tickets distributed was 81,000, just over, but the turnstile count was just over 72,000, so nearly 9,000 people less than tickets distributed. So anyway, last year's All-In drew around $10 million revenue. This year it's estimated to be more like $6 million. In your opinion...
But I thought the prices were up.
They were.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an estimate. I think it was higher. I mean, I would have guessed more like 7 to 8 million, but what do I know? Anyway,
where are these figures coming from?
Meltzer, 6 million.
Well, that shows you right now not to be trusted.
Yeah, no, I think it was more than that. I'd suggest it. Yeah, I would have guessed more like 8. Anyway, it's still 50,000 tickets bought, all in 2. Millions drawn. 6 million here is an estimate. I'd guess higher for what it's worth. Some people are saying that All In 2 was not a success. But it's like, I'm looking here, let's say $6 to $8 million in revenue and 50,000 people nearly in the arena. I mean, what do you think? I mean, I'd look at it as a great success still.
I don't think they're saying AEW is losing money. Now, they may be losing money by hiring these guys at these exaggerated rates. I don't know if they're getting that or not. But I think a $6 million house, I don't think it would cost you $6 million to do that show. So they had to make some money somewhere. I mean, how many people did he take over there?
Dozens and dozens, not including all the stage
he took
hands
the people that wasn't even on the show.
That I don't know.
And put them up.
There were a lot of people. There were a lot of people at the show. I mean, keep in mind that AEW we established was spending something like, what was it? Like on a pay-per-view day, and this is like a regular arena, not even a stadium show. They were spending $6 million a week on a pay-per-view week. So, I mean, that'll just have covered their costs, I guess.
But how?
Oh, spend money like nothing. Do you remember ages ago we actually had a breakdown of how much they spent on a regular week without... Sorry, it was one Dynamite, a Collision taping and a pay-per-view, and they managed to spend $4 million just on a TV taping and a pay-per-view in the same arena. So $6 million could just cover the cost for the week.
Wow. I remember going to TV tapings. We just had like 14 wrestlers, 14 talents, and did 2 shows. And probably it probably cost the promoter like $390 or more than that. But they was as cheap as they could go, because otherwise he'd go out of business. So he's a billionaire. I got that. But there are also reports he's paying some of these talents that I don't think WWE would pay more than $300,000 or $400,000.
Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there, Dutch. Don't you worry. Hold on to that thought. Just before we do, just briefly. I mean, the build wasn't a classic build to the show, but they still got the best part of 50,000 people in there. Just from a attendance standpoint, yes, it was a decent amount less than last year. But do you still look at 50,000 or near enough a success?
Well, I don't know. I don't see the final figures. I don't know what success means. See what I mean? But if I just looked at it, at the crowd, I'd say, yeah, it's a success. I mean, to the fans looking in, they did well. I mean, the place is not empty. They shot it to where it looked fairly full, had pretty decent matches. So, yeah, it was a good look for them.
Also, keep in mind they had 3 not dark matches, but, pre-pay-per-view matches, all of them multi-man or multi-woman matches. So they had about 20-odd people just on the pre-show. So they were definitely giving payouts to a lot of people, which is fine, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how profitable it'll be, though.
Yeah, if he wants to do that, that's fine.
Okay, we are going to move on. I'm going to leave that story. We'll probably pick it up at another day because I just can't be bothered. It's just too long. So we're going to move on to what you were saying before. Oh, in fact, sorry, just before I do as well, one more thing about what I wanted to ask you about All-In. They're moving it to Texas next year. So we've had, from 72,000, okay, let's just say 81,000 with tickets distributed, dropping down to 53,000 tickets distributed on year 2. Is this the right... Would you stick with Wembley another year or 2, or is this the right time to just leave and come back afresh in a couple of years?
Well, I don't blame him for leaving, but if 2 shows is going to drain the tank, I mean, we used to go to these little towns 52 weeks a year and kept going there. I mean, I've seen it get down to 200 people sometime, but nope, we're back in that town again. I don't care what you did. But if he wants to go to Arlington and do it, and this is going to be in August, it is going to be hotter than hell.
Does it have a roof, this stadium?
Arlington, I don't. It might have a roof. Look it up.
I will.
Is it Texas Stadium?
Stadium. Just looking.
I think it does have a roof.
What the hell's Eastbourne?
No, I have no idea.
It's not AT&T, is it?
AT&T Stadium, yeah.
It says Arlington. Well, I've just Googled Arlington Stadium and it's got absolutely nothing. It looks like a dirt road. It can't be AT&T Stadium, can it?
AT&T is the big one.
Well, AT&T. Hang on, let me just Google roof.
See where the Cowboys play.
Retractable roof. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. But it's still going to be 105 degrees outside.